Hi there, students. Ridge. Okay, a noun, a countable noun. I guess it could be a verb as well to go into ridges, and then ridged as an adjective. Okay, I think the best way to explain ridge is imagine the roof of a house. So you've got the two sides, and the bit along the top is the ridge. Yeah, you put the ridge tiles on the ridge of the roof. So a ridge is where you've got two things, two slopes, and they join to a point, to the highest point. Very often you have a mountain ridge. Very often a mountain has various different flat sides, or maybe even so as you go up it, there's a ridge which slopes to one side and slopes to the other. Or you could have a ridge of mountains where all of the land goes up to a high point. Yeah, the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. The Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, on the trail of the lonesome pine. So who's that by? Okay, so a ridge, effectively, it's this geometric feature where two slopes join and have a top part. A tent, for example, the top of the tent is a ridge where you put the ridge pole, very often, to hold it up. Yeah. Let's see, you can even use this word in meteorology, yeah, in weather patterns. A ridge is a long, thin area of high pressure, an extension from an anticyclone. Yeah. Let's see, let's try using it as a verb. Yes, I tried to lay the textile flat on the table, but it kept ridging up. Parts of it kept pushing upwards. Yeah. A farmer, when a farmer ploughs a field, yeah, he makes furrows or grooves, furrows a better word, in the land, and between each of them you have a ridge, a long high point, and that's the idea of a ridge. Okay, so yeah, a long, narrow, raised area on a surface. Yeah, you maybe you use a nail file to take the ridges off your nails. Yeah, because you've got a sharp bit at the edge. Yeah, so yeah, effectively the tip of a knife, it's sharpened to a ridge, and that's it. Yeah, this is particularly common with mountains. So they climbed along the southwestern ridge of the mountain. Okay, and this is the idea. A long, narrow, raised surface. Yeah, an especially high edge. Yeah, and a ridge. Yeah, the ridge of the roof, the ridge of your tent. It's where the sloping parts come together. Okay, so yeah, a wave, when it's moving through the sea, it has a ridge, it has a top part where the two slopes join. So I bet VG is going to ask, what's the difference between the ridge and the crest? I have a feeling that the crest is when the wave is about to break, whereas the ridge is just when it's moving through the sea. And the ridge, as it comes to the shore, it gets higher and higher and higher, and then it just starts to break, and that's the crest. It's on the crest of a wave, at the highest point. Yeah. The ridge of your nose, if you look at your nose, there's a ridge going along your nose, and that's it. So can we use this word metaphorically? I think not, but I'd be interested if somebody could give me an inventive use of it, because you probably can in a metaphor or something like that. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, or a sand dune. Sand dunes. They come to a point where there's a line, a high line, and that's the ridge of the sand dune. Yeah, a long raised center bit. I guess the ridge of your eye sockets. Yeah, the top. Yeah. So yeah, a ridge of high pressure, a long strip of high pressure in meteorology. Yeah. So let's see. As to origin, okay. There's an Old English word hrig, meaning the back or the spine or the ridge, which comes from Proto-Germanic hrugiaz, which means the back, which itself comes from Proto-Indo-European skeruk, meaning, or scared, to turn or to bend. And there are lots of words in Northern European, Northern Germanic languages similar to this as well. Okay, so the ridge, yeah, the ridge of a mountain, the ridge of a roof, the ridge of high pressure, yeah, the ridge tiles on your roof. Enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Ridge.